Welcome to JPilates Intermediate Mat. We're going to extend our arms long, tuck our pelvis, slowly round all of the way back to the mat. Hands can rest next to the hips, setting up for bridge. So feet are going to be about sit bones distance apart, heels heavy into the mat. We're going to connect ribs down to hips, pulling abs in from below the belly button, curling pubic bone under to the ceiling to peel the spine up, bone by bone, closing the top of the ribs at the top. So only lifting up as high as you have a glute engagement. So you want a nice long line from ribs, hips to knee. Now retuck pelvis and print spine, articulate through the spine. So we're rounding into the upper, the middle, the lower, the tailbone reaches long last. Retucking, scooping, closing ribs to hips, peeling up, lifting, anchoring the heels to activate the glutes. Now pull the spine really long to retuck the pelvis and print down through your upper, your middle, your lower. Remember, the tailbone reaches long last to create that space in between hips and ribs. Good adjustment. Scoop the abs, anchor the heels, peel the spine up, close the ribs, tuck the pelvis, pulling the abs at the top. Now retucking and printing upper, middle, lower, all of the way back down to neutral. Arms are long, abs are in, scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis, peel up, lift, activate glutes. Now retuck pelvis and print spine, slowly round all of the way down, upper, middle, lower, all of the way back down. Good, 4 more here. So pull the abs in to tuck the pelvis under, then closing ribs to hips. At the top, give the glutes a little hug. Keep those ribs tight so that you do not find compression in your lower back. Now retuck and print, round into your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, all of the way back to neutral. So that means reaching the tail long to create space in between hips and ribs, anchor the heels, retuck pelvis, slowly peel up. Activate those glutes. Now retuck pelvis and print and round all of the way down. Remember, we are creating space in between each vertebrae, bone by bone. Good, and then retuck, scoop, closing ribs to hips, reaching arms nice and long. Activate the glutes to lift. Now retuck pelvis, imprint spine, slowly articulate and round upper, middle, lower, all of the way back to neutral. Last rep here. Close the ribs, scoop the abs, peel up, lift, and pulling it all the way back down. So imprinting upper, middle, warming up our spine for the rest of our session. All right, let's add a little glute engagement. So scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis. We'll bring the hips to the top and hold. So we're going to maintain a nice long spine. So keeping the ribs tight, we'll hinge down, hover our glutes from the mat. Now anchor the heels, activate the glutes, slowly hinge back up. Inhale, hinge down, maintaining a nice long spine, pulling glutes to heels, heels to glutes. Activate right and left glute together as one to exhale up. Inhale, pull the spine long. Anchor the heels, scoop the abs, exhale, hug and lift. Arms nice and long, shoulders reaching down the back. Inhale, hinge down. Close the ribs, scoop the abs, exhale, hug, lift. Good. Inhale down. Make sure that you are anchoring both heels equally so that you're engaging both glutes equally to exhale up, pulling abs in at the top. Inhale down. Full range of motion, hovering glutes from the mat. Exhaling up. Abs pull in, hips lift up. We have 3 reps here. So 3, hinge, activate the glutes, scoop the abs, exhale, lift. We have 2. Keep that pelvis tucked lightly, even with this long spine, so that you do not find compression in the lower back. Good. Last rep here, truly following your glute engagement. All the way down, and then all the way back to the top and hold, holding that nice long line from ribs to hips to knee line. We're holding here for 8. 7, 6, ribs tight. 5, abs pull up. 4, arms long. 3, 2, now round all of the way down super slowly, imprinting down through the upper, the middle, the lower, all of the way back to neutral, holding it at the bottom. All right, so we're going to go for a single leg drop. So we're going to scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis, peel the spine up to the top and hold. We're going to bring the right knee over the hip to Pilates Tabletop. So ideally trying to keep the femur bone over the hip, the heel in line with the knee. We'll tuck the pelvis. We're going to round down to the last the last rib to the belly button. Now activate the left glute to lift up. Keep the pelvis tucked. Inhale, keep the right knee over the hip. Activate left glute to exhale, hug and lift. Inhale, round down. Anchor left heel. Exhale, hug, lift. Tuck pelvis, close ribs. Keeping that right knee out to load the glute. Anchor left heel. Exhale, tuck pelvis, lift. Hugging left knee towards center line. Good. Abs pull in. Anchor the heel to hug and lift. Tuck that pelvis. We have 3. Closing ribs to hips. Scooping abs in. Keeping right knee over the hip. Last 2. Inhale down. Activate left glute. Exhale, hug, lift. Last rep here. Inhale, take it down. Scoop abs into, exhale, hug, lift. Hold at the top. Place the right foot down and hold. Retuck the pelvis. Find your bridge. Scoop the abs to bring the left knee over the hip. Keep the left heel in line with the knee. Now tuck the pelvis, keeping left knee over hip. Round down to the last rib. Now activate that right glute to peel back up. Dropping left heel to knee. Inhale to round and lower. Activate right glute. Exhale, hug, lift. Close ribs at the top. Bring left knee out. Good. Inhale down. Anchor the heel. Squeeze the cheek. Exhale, lift. Remember, your range of motion should only be as large as you keep the glute engagement. So at the top, just make sure that you're not compressing the lower back. Good. And at the bottom, just make sure that you're not engaging the knee joint. So keep it in the glute. Inhale to round. Keep those ribs tight throughout. Exhale, contract, hug, lift. Activate right cheek. Inhale down. Anchor the right heel. Activate right glute. Scoop abs into. Exhale up. We have 2. Inhale down. Abs pull in. Exhale out. Last rep here. Inhale, round down. Anchor the heel. Abs scoop in. Exhale, lift up. Place the left heel down to the mat. Retuck the pelvis. Round down through your upper, your middle, your lower, all of the way back to neutral, bringing the knees in, grabbing a hold of the shins. Give yourself a little rock side to side. Good. When ready, we'll bring the knees over the hips to Pilates Tabletop. Arms will extend to 90 degrees. We'll run through a little flow from our Reformer series. So we're squeezing our thigh bones together. The palms will face forward, retracting shoulder blades to your back. We're going to draw the chin towards the chest, scoop abdominals in, to press hands to hips, extending legs out to 45 degrees. Hold at the top. So remember, the collar is wide, the arms are reaching forward, the shoulders are reaching down. Now timing the knee bend with the arm lift, the chest and head will lower last. Lowering chest and head down, retracting blades back, hugging thigh bones together, scooping abs in. Exhale, curl up, hands all the way down to the hips. Now inhale, curl higher, scoop deeper, reach shoulders down, lower chest and head last. Continuing to flow. Exhale, curl up, press, hands press to the hip line. Inhale, curl higher, scoop deeper, bring everything in, lower the chest and head last. Remember, hugging inner thighs together creates an inner thigh connection, which will give you a deeper abdominal connection. The hands press all the way down to open through the collar. Then we curl higher. We fight that down, reaching shoulders down the back, lowering chest and head. We have 2. Hugging thigh bones together, scooping the abs, pressing hands to hips, opening through the collar. Now inhale, slowly bring it back in, lowering chest and head down. Last rep here. We're going to curl up to the top and hold. So curl up to the top and hold. Chest is wide. We're going to curl higher in our chest curl, scoop deeper into our abdominals, releasing the quads, hugging thigh bones together for 5, scooping in and up for 4, in and up for 3, in and up for 2, bring it in on 1. Hands to shins, lower chest and head. We will rock side to side. When ready to start back up, we're going to come back into Pilates Tabletop. Let's go ahead and go hands behind the head. All right, we will prep this next exercise. So continuing to hug thigh bones together, we are in tabletop. Elbows hug forward slightly, shoulders reach down the back, head rest into hands. Contract the abs to chest curl forward, up and over your sternum. Now inhale, lower down about 3/4 of the way to the mat. Hug thigh bones together, exhale, contract, hug, lift. Shoulders retract to back, releasing chest and pecs. Abs pull in, head rest to hands. Exhale, lift. Nice. Inhale down, give the pelvis a little tuck here. Pull those transverse abdominals in to round forward. Good. hugging those thigh bones together throughout. So activating those inner thighs to get a deeper abdominal engagement. We have 3. Inhale down 3/4 of the way to a hover. Exhale, lift. Good. Last 2, head resting into hands, scooping abdominals in. 2, exhale, hug, lift. Last rep here, shoulders reaching down the back, abs scooping in and up. Exhale, contract, lift, hold. Flex both heels, both legs extend to 45 degrees. Keep chest curl high. Exhale, bend and hug in. Inhale, take it out, releasing the quads and hip flexors. Exhale, contract, hug and bend. Inhale, hugging the thigh bones together, hugging both sides of the waist in, scooping abdominals in and up. 2, exhale in. We have 4, fighting the down. Remember, we are working at a 45-degree angle with the legs, but if you need to lift the legs higher, lift the legs higher. There should be 0 arch at the center of the spine. We have 2 here, so 2, hugging thigh bones together, scooping abs in. 2, exhale, hug and lift. Last rep here, stretch it out, scoop abs in and up. Exhale, hug, bend, hands to shins, lower chest and head, take a little rest. Rocking side to side. All right, when ready, we're back to that prep. So knees over the hips, hands back behind the head. We'll hug our elbows forward lightly. So hugging thigh bones together, scooping abs in. Exhale, chest curl forward. Inhale, lower back about 3/4 of the way. Head rest into hands, hugging thigh bones together, scooping the abs in to lift. Inhale, lowering down. Shoulders down, abs pull in. Exhale, hug and lift. Good. Inhale, lower, keeping a slight tuck of that pelvis, so pubic bone to the ceiling, hugging thigh bones together. Remember, those inner thighs will create a deeper abdominal connection. Exhale, lift. Good. We have 3 here, so 3. Scoop the abs. Exhale, curl forward. We have 2, shoulders reach down, abs pull in, hugging into the midline. 2, exhale up. Last rep here. Inhale, take it down, scoop the abs in. 2, exhale, hug, lift, hold at the top. We're going to double heel tap down. So heel tapping down about 1/2 to 3/4 of the way. Now exhale, hug and lift. Keeping the heel in line with the knee, we're hinging from femur bone at hip. We're tucking our pelvis under to hinge down. We're curling our chest higher to lift up. So inhale down. Remember, the heavier you hug those inner thighs together, the deeper the abdominal connection. Pelvic stability here, so if you feel that the pelvis is starting to tilt forward, tuck pubic bone under, you will keep a deeper connection to exhale up. We have 3 here, so 3, hugging femur bones together, scooping the abs in, rounding forward to collect back in. Last 2, inhale. Remember, we are working at that 3 count. Exhale. Last rep here, inhale to hinge. Exhale, curl higher, scoop deeper, hug, lift, hands to shins, lower chest and head, lower down, take a rest. We have 1 last set just to tie everything together. So a little rotation here mixed with a single heel tap. So we're going to scoop the abs, exhale, curl forward and hold. We're going to tap the right heel to the mat and hold. So it's very important to anchor the heel heavy into the mat to create a higher lift. We're going to twist towards our bent knee. I want you to think underarm to knee, not elbow to knee. The heavier you press that right heel, the more forward flexion you'll have, but also the deeper the rotation. Now make a leg change and twist to the other knee. So anchoring that left heel down, rotate, twist. Good. And change, a smooth flow. Changing and tapping. So tap that heel and rotate. Remembering to round forward off of the shoulder that you're rotating towards. So tapping the left heel, anchoring and twisting right. Good. So bringing that left knee back up, tapping right heel down. Good. Anchor the heel and twist. There we go. Let's count 3. So the right knee comes over the hip, the left heel presses down. We rotate right. Underarm towards knee, abs pull in. We have 2. Rounding forward, scooping deeper. Good. Abs pulling in and up. Let's count 1 to each side. So tap the heel, scoop the abs, rotate upper spine, wring out that waist. Last 1 to the left. Twist, 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 twist. Come through center. Bend the knees in, grab a hold of the shins, rocking side to side. We'll take a little rest here, and then we'll flow through a little cat-cow just to reverse the curve of the spine. So when ready, take your time. We'll flip over onto our hands and knees. Remember the correct setup for your cat-cow. We're going to go hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to round the spine. Good. Sit the hips back and take a low back stretch. We're just going to hold here for a few breaths. So really big inhale. Tuck pelvis deeper. Exhale. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Last breath here before we flow, just creating space in our lower lumbar. And now let's reverse the curve of the spine. So bring the hips over the knee line, keep the arms straight, press into the heel of the hands. We'll pull our sternum forward as we retract our shoulder blades back, stretching out the rectus. When ready, scoop the abs, tuck, round the back, still sitting the hips back, working your way to that lower back stretch. And then when you're ready to transition, bring the hips over the knees, inhale, pull sternum forward, coming into upper back extension of your spine, so allowing that chest to just melt. And then using the abdominals to retuck the pelvis, sitting the hips back, so stretching out that low back, pressing into the heel of the hands. Good. Dropping those shoulders down, keeping those elbows straight throughout. So we're inhaling to extend, tilting the hip bones forward, retracting blades back, pulling sternum through. And then we're contracting the abs. We're exhaling to tuck the pelvis, sit the hips back, opening up the low back, pressing through heel of the hands. Good. We'll do one more of each. Good. So let's extend and hold. We'll hold here for a few breaths. So melting sternum forward, pressing into the heel of the hands, lifting the abs in and up, holding here. And then let's contract our abs, tuck the pelvis, sit the hips back, about half, hold. Opening up that lower back, just holding here for a couple of breaths. Good. And then when ready, we're going to go ahead. We'll lie on our right side for side lying leg work today. Good. So lying down on our right side, we're going to swing our legs forward. Good. So we're at the back edge of the mat, just so you know how to set the spine up straight and correctly. And then you're going to lift the legs and bring the legs to the front corner of your mat. Remember, the lower leg rests, so trying not to grip the underneath hip or quad. We're going to lift the top left glute. So we'll flex the left heel. The left knee is soft. We're relaxing that left quad. Let's slowly lift the left leg up. And now slowly lower the left leg down. We're going to lift the left leg just like slightly above the hip. Good. And then lower back down. Super slow, super controlled. We're not lifting the leg just to lift the leg, but you're connecting to the left glute first. So initiating with that left glute, the left obliques, then lifting that left femur bone up from that connection. Abs pulling in, left glute active, contract, lift slowly, and lower slowly. We have 4. Abs pull in, contract the glutes, scoop the abs, hug and lift. 3, relaxing the quad, contract the left glute, contract and lift. Abs pulling in. We have 2. Activate the side of the glute, slowly lift and lower. Now last rep here. Good. And lower back down. We're going to lift back up to the top and hold. All right. Now lower down about half. Try to find a quiver in the left glute to lift right back up. Lower half. Contract left obliques. Contract left glute. Lift. Lower. Slowly lift. Lower. Left obliques. Lift. Lower. Slowly lift. Good. Remember, not locking at the knee. If you feel that the knee is locked, you might feel that the quad is flexing. You have to unlock the knee, release the quad, activate the glute to lift. We have 4. Hug and lift. 3. Activate, lift. 2. Last rep here. Hold. Now, circle the leg back about the size of beach balls. Remember, the hips are square. Good, you're circling from the femur bone above the knee. So the knee does not bend. You do not circle from the lower half of the leg, but from the upper part of the leg with pure stability in pelvis and spine. So super slow, super controlled. We have 4, keeping that internal rotation of femur bone at hip to turn on the glute, burning out that back left side. For 3, abs pull in, left obliques active. We have 2, slow and controlled. And then last rep here, we are doing counts of 10 today, and then we'll circle forward. So reverse your circle. So circle forward. Remember, about the size of a beach ball, you're circling around that left femur bone in the hip socket. The left obliques are powering the circles. The abs are pulling in. Good, we have 5. Contract, circle. 4. Abs pulling in, left obliques active. We have 3. Slow and controlled. Follow that connection in your left glute for 2. Last rep here. Lower the leg down. We're going to bend the knees forward for clamshell. So heels slide back. The knees are back of the hips. So let's go ahead. Keep the heels connected together. We're going to lift the left femur bone up, only as high as you can keep that left glute forward, and lower down. Activate the left glute before lifting the left femur bone. We're hugging the heels together. So hugging the heels together will allow you to initiate with that left glute med and then lift and fan that leg out and up. Contract the abs, contract the obliques. Hugging heels together. Contract, hug, lift. Good. Rotating that left shoulder blade back, still pulling sternum forward so that we're not collapsing in chest. Contract, lift. Good. Activate left glute, hug heels, contract, lift. We have 3. Follow the connection, so follow the most active range of motion. For 2, hugging the heels, lifting femur bone up. Last rep here. Good. Now lift the femur bone up and hold. We're going to lower the femur bone down half. Activate left glute, lift. Lower half. Activate left glute, lift. Lower half. Contract, hug, lift. Good. Hugging those heels together, following that quiver. So following your most active range of motion. 5, top hip rotates forward. 4, only lowering half, keeping that leg and glute active for 3. Abs pull in. 2, we're going to add on. All right, you guys, here we go. Last rep, lift the knee up and hold. Now lift your heel up to meet the knee, just the top heel. Now rotate the knee down first, the heel down. That is our flow. The knee lifts, the hip rotates forward, the heel lifts, the knee drops, the heel drops. Knee up, knee down, heel down. So slowing it down, resist up, resist, heel up, drop knee down, heel down. There we go. Knee up, heel, hip forward, heel up, knee down, heel down. Activate outer glute. Lift the heel, drop the knee, drop the heel. We have 4. Top hip rotates forward. 4. Knee down, heel down. 3. Heel up, knee down, heel down. 2 and 2. Knee down, heel down. 1 and 1. Knee down, heel down. Hug heels together. Lift top knee up and hold. So just hold it here. Squeeze the cheek on the left side. Squeeze the heels. You should have a quiver in that left glute. We're holding here for 7. Squeeze that left cheek in and up. 6. Abs in and up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down on 1. All right, we're going to lie prone on our stomach for a little back extension in between sets. So let's come into our Swan Prep today. So we'll come into our Swan Prep. Good. We always get a lot of questions about back extensions in our reformer, or about back extension in our reformer classes. So let me show you the correct setup. So the legs are apart, hips distance. Good. So you want to tuck the pelvis under, anchoring pubic bone to the mat. You want to lift up that pelvic floor and lift up your transverse abdominals. So we're going to keep the palms down, hands one on top of the other. We're going to press down into the arms, retract blades back, pull sternum through, lift chest up. So we're lifting up from the upper back, not compressing the lower back. So we have that nice long line through the spine, and then you can slide the arms forward to lie back down. So you're pressing the arms down, we're retracting the blades back, we're pulling our sternum through to lift chest up, and slowly lowering back down. Very nice. Tucking the pelvis, anchoring the pubic bone, scooping the abs, sliding the arms back, pulling sternum forward to lift, and slowly lower. Pressing tops of the feet down to the mat. Give me 2 more reps here. Try to pull the abdominals up first, slide the arms back, pull sternum through. There we go. Lowering back down. All right, last rep here. We will hold as long as you do not feel your low back. So pull up, pull sternum through, press down, lift and hold for 5, retracting blades back, 4, abs in and up, 3, tops of the feet press down for 2, lower down on 1. Sit back, take a child's pose. So reversing the curve of the spine, anytime we flow through extension, you always want to counter with flexion just to keep the low back safe. And then when ready, we'll flip around so that we're still facing you for the next side for side lying. So remember, we're lying down, left side down, you're at the back edge of your mat. All right, so now move your legs forward to the front corner of the mat and lower them down. So relaxing this lower leg, it is active from the last set. So you're actively going to have to release that underneath side. Put all of your focus into the right glute to lift the right femur bone up and lower back down. Good. Lift right femur bone up, activating glute, lower back down. If you feel any compression in the low back, you might need to tuck the pelvis. You might need to rotate that right hip forward. So just make sure that you're only lifting the leg as high as you keep stability in your hips. Good. Hugging the glute, lifting the femur bone, and lowering back down. We have 4. Right oblique super active, releasing the quad and hip flexor on that right side. Remember, releasing that underneath side so that you're not gripping. 2 here, so 2. Contract the glute to lift the leg. Good. Abs pulling in and up. A lot of right obliques, work that waistline, why not? Lower about half and hold, and then lift back up. Lower half, activate the glute, contract right obliques, hug and lift. Lower, contract right glutes, hug and lift. Abs pulling in, right glute active, contract, hug, lift. Abs pull in. Remember, if the knee is locked, if the quad is gripping, release the knee, release the quad, activate the glute. Right shoulder is down. We have 5. Abs pull in, right femur bone lifts. Contract, lift for 4, slow and controlled. Abs pulling in and up for 3, slow. Abs pull in and up. We have 2. Good. Last rep here. We're going to lower the leg down in line with the hip hold. We're going to make circles the size of a beach ball. Circle back. Good. Remember, the body is stable, so no movement in the spine, no movement in the pelvis. You're just circling that femur bone around in the hip socket. We're keeping internal rotation of femur bone, pointing toes to the floor. Remember, contracting from obliques, contracting from abs to circle the leg back. We have 5. 4, slow and controlled. You're looking for that quiver. You're trying to maintain that quiver for 3, slow. Good. 2. Last rep here. And we'll circle forward, reverse the circles. Keep that internal rotation, maintain stable in pelvis and spine. Abs pull in. Activate the glute to circle. 6, abs pull in, right obliques active. 5, circling femur bone around. 6, abs pulling in, right glute active. Last 2. Last rep here. And then lower the legs down. We'll bend the knees forward, coming into clamshell. So the knees are back of the hips. Remember, the heels are pressing together to touch. We're only raising the top femur bone up as high as we can keep the hips square. So raise the femur bone up from the side of the glute and lower down. Make any adjustments needed. Just make sure that you're not lifting up from the hip flexor or quad. So we'll hug the heels together to create that engagement in the right glute, and then lift that right femur bone up, rotating that right hip forward. Contract, lift. Abs in, right obliques active. Good. We have 5. Contract, lift. 4. Activating that glute, hugging heels together. We have 3. Abs pull in. Contract, hug, lift. Last 2. Contract, hug, lift. Last rep here. Good. Lift and hold. Now lower half. Hug the heels together. Lift the femur bone back up. Lower half, hug the heels together, lift the femur bone back up. Good. You are looking for a quiver in that right glute. Very nice. So hugging heels together, activating right glute, then lifting the leg up. So basically putting all of that leg weight into your right glute. 5. Abs pull in, pull sternum forward. Yes, working on that neutral spine there. 3 here. Find that quiver. Then we'll add that flow. Last 2. Last rep here. So lift the knee, lift the heel. Now lower the knee, lower the heel. Super slow, hips square. Lift the heel, lower the knee, lower the heel. Lift the knee, lift the heel, lower the knee, lower the heel. Keep the hips square. Knee up, heel up, knee down, heel down. Activate the glute to lift the femur bone. Lift the heel. Drop the knee, drop the heel. Contract to lift. Lift the heel. Drop the knee, drop the heel. We have 4. Hip forward, knee up, heel up, knee down, heel down for 3. Good. Knee down, heel down. We have 2. Abs and obliques, engaging to lift, resisting down. Knee up, heel up, knee down, heel down. Last rep here. Heel up, knee down, heel down. Now lift the knee up and hold, hugging heels together. So you're looking for a quiver in the glute. You're creating that quiver by hugging heels together. Scooping abs in, contracting right obliques for 7. Activate that glute. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, relaxing down on 1. Nice work. We're going to lie back on our stomachs for another set of back extension. So let's extend the arms out long this time around. Good. We're going to go for swimming prep today. So once again, our back extension position, legs apart, hips distance. Remember, lying prone, tucking that pubic bone under to lift abs up to take the compression off the lower back. So we'll start with the prep today. So for the prep, remember, a nice long spine, the neck will continue to follow the spine. So we're actively going to press the right arm down as we lift the left leg up. So right arm down, left leg up, the chest will lift, the blade retracts back. Keep the pelvis tucked, keep the abs connected. Now lower the chest and change. So pressing the left arm and palm down, lifting the right leg, scooping the abs to lift the chest, and then change. Slow. We'll just do 3 to each side. So right palm and arm, left leg lifts, pelvis tucks, sternum pulls forward, then we slowly resist down. So scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis, lift left side, right leg, and lower down. Good. Last one to each side. Right palm down, left leg up, tuck pelvis under, slowly lower. Last side. Left palm, left arm, right leg, tuck pelvis, lower down, hold. Now reach the arms out to a T with the palms to the floor. Now lift the chest as you reach the arms back to hips. If you have the flexibility, you can interlace fingertips behind sacral area, lift chest, hug blades together. Keep pelvis tucked. Hold here for 5. For 4, reaching shoulders down the back for 3. In and up with abs for 2. Reach out to the side, back down on one, lowering chest and head, reaching the arms forward. Let's do 2 more holds. So reach out slowly, stretch chest and pecs, lift chest, interlace fingertips behind sacral area, reach arms back and hold. If you have the flexibility, you can press the palms together. We are reaching shoulder blades back, squeezing in between shoulder blades. Activate those rhomboids. Let's reach arms back, lift chest up for 3, in and up for 2, in and up for 1, reaching arms out to the side, reaching arms forward, lowering down. We have 1 last set. Abs pull in, stretch arms out. Good, reach arms back, lift the chest. You can interlace, reach behind, and hold, hugging blades together, holding here for 5. Abs in and up for 4, in and up for 3, for 2, lowering on 1, reach out, stretch forward, sit to child's pose. Tuck the pelvis, sit back. Good, keep the arms long. Take a few deep breaths here, really, really big inhale. Try to stretch the arms longer as you exhale. Good, nice big inhale. And exhale. All right, so we're going to flow through a plank flow. So we're going to start with a low style plank for 30 seconds, and then we're going to take a side plank for 30 seconds each. So let's get through the first set. We'll see how we feel. We might come back up for a second set. So let's set the plank up correctly. You're going to line the elbows up underneath the shoulders. Extend the legs long behind, so tuck the toes under and hold. All right, so a few things with the plank. So you want to tuck the pelvis under, curling pubic bone to sternum. You're melting sternum forward. So you want a nice long spine. Try to retract the shoulder blades to your back so that you're not holding the body up with chest and pecs, that you are finding engagement through the posterior part of your upper back as well. So you continue to tuck. If the knees are locked, you want to give them a micro bend to relax the quads so that you work deeper into your core muscles. We are going to transition to a side plank on our right side. So the right forearm is down. You're going to drop your heels back, opening up to the left. So we're in a side plank position. We will tandem the feet. Good. Let's keep the left palm down today. So press that left palm down into the mat to lift the hips up. You are flexing underneath the right underarm so that you're not collapsing to the mat. We're continuing to pull the abs in. We're continuing to press sides of the feet down, pulling the abs in from below the belly button to connect to the right obliques all the way underneath that right underarm. We're holding here for 3, tucking pelvis for 2, transitioning through center on 1, taking it to our left side. So transitioning to our left side plank. So we'll tandem the feet. Good. Pressing that right palm down, flexing underneath that left underarm, holding it here. Good. So hips are square. Remember, you want to rotate that top hip forward so that it does not rotate back and engage lower back. You want to keep the engagement in the left side wall. So flexing underneath the left underarm so that the shoulder is nice and stable. And then we're pressing into the right palm. That palm press should refer back to the abs up the left obliques, holding here. Counting at 3 and 2, lowering down on 1. So kneeling down, we'll sit back to child's pose. Good, holding it here. Just taking a few deep breaths. All right, so we're going to finish up our glute work for today. So we're going to come into a lower style plank position. So dropping down to your forearms, elbows are going to go directly underneath underarms. The knees should be underneath your hips. So let's walk your knees forward, Tanya. Yeah. All right, so we're back to the left side, correct? Did we start left side? Okay, so back to the left side. So go ahead and lift the left leg up. Good, and flex the heel. The heel should be directly underneath the knee. So you want to make sure that the pelvis stays tucked. There's no compression in the lower back. We're going to go ahead and drop the knee down about 3/4 of the way. Now activate the center of the glute to lift. So keeping that bent knee position, you're lowering down, you're hugging the glute to lift. So we're pressing heavier into the left forearm to keep hips square, to keep shoulders square. You should feel the abs pull in, you should feel the glutes lift up, together as one. So the glute is pulling in and up, the abs are pulling in and up, then the glute is lifting up to lift femur bone up. We have 3 here, rotating that left hip bone forward, squeezing the cheek to lift. Tucking the pelvis under, we have 2. Contract, hug, lift. Last rep here. Contract, hug, lift, hold. Now drop down half, so shorten the range, hug and lift. So stay within your quiver range. Remember, pure stability with that pelvis. You're tucking under, you're scooping in. We're contracting left glute to lift, as well as the left oblique. So remember, still pressing through the left forearm to activate the left lat. Contract, lift. Good, we have 5. Find that quiver in the left glute. Contract, lift, 4. Tuck the pelvis under. Scoop, lift, 3. Hug, lift. Contract, lift, 2. Hug, lift. Last rep, lift and hold. Hold it right here. So tapping into all of our other connections from our side lying series, from our planking series. We're tucking the pelvis. We're hugging up from that glute for 6. Abs pull in. 5, 4, 3, 2, lowering down on 1, sitting back for a child's pose, holding here. Yeah, that's a good one. So you're using your own body weight to tone the glute. So try to put all of your leg weight into the glute and lift the lift the leg from that glute engagement. So let's finish up that right side. So resetting, the setup is very important. So make sure that the elbows are directly underneath the shoulders. The pelvis is tucked so that we do not end up with compression in our lower back. Let's lift that right leg up. The heel is flexed. Rotate right hip bone down. Try to keep those hips square. We're back to our full range of motion. Lowering and lifting. Hug and lift. Inhale down. Activate the glute to lift. Yeah. Not back of the thigh, back of the glute. So hug glute in and up. Tucking pelvis, pressing heavier through right forearm. Abs contract in to lift the heel up. Glute hugs in to lift leg up. We have 5. Slow and controlled, so always sticking with that 3 count. Abs pull in. 4, slow, finding that quiver in your right glute. Remember to stabilize your pelvis though, guys. Most tendencies are to arch the back here, so you have to keep the abs in, you have to tuck the pelvis. It will give you a deeper connection into your glute, and it will also keep your low back safe. We have 2, shoulders drop, abs connect, hug and lift. Last rep here. Now drop half, hug glute, lift. Good, rotate right hip forward, good. Hug, glute, lift. Lowering half, contract, hug, lift. We have 7. Tuck pelvis, scoop, abs, lift. Right hip rotates forward. 6. Contract. 5. Abs pull in, making sure that all of your weight is not dumping into your left hip for 4. Tuck that pelvis, lift that femur bone. Abs pull in for 3. Tuck that pelvis, contract, lift, 2. I know, there we go. Hug and lift. Here we go. Last rep. Lift and hold. We're holding here for 10. Put all of that weight into your right glute. Your glute should be quivering. 7, 6, tuck pelvis. 5, in and up. 4, 3, 2, lower the knee down on 1. Sit back for a child's pose. Hold it here. All right, you guys. So, since we're already facing the mat, we are going to come into our arm work today. So we're going to do kneeling push-ups. If you feel more comfortable holding the plank and doing push-ups, that is fine. But we are going to start with kneeling push-ups today because I truly want you working on that shoulder stability and at a 3 count push-up. So we're going to start with a wide arm push-up today. So we're setting up on the mat. The hands are outside of the shoulders. So walk your knees back until you have that like kneeling plank position, that flat back. All right, so we're going to take 3 slow counts. We're bending the elbows out to the side as we lower down, right about there. So we're stopping shoulders to elbows. Now exhale up, very nice. So inhale, lowering down, pressing through the heel of the hands throughout, flexing underneath underarms to exhale, hug and lift. Good. Inhale down. So before lifting up, try to flex underneath underarms, activate lat and serratus muscles. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, with a nice long spine, keeping that pelvis tucked. Activate back of the arms to exhale up. We're going to 10. So inhaling down, shoulders reach down, activate rear part of the arms to exhale up. Good. 4 here. Abs pull in. Contract back side of the arms to exhale up. Last 3. Inhale. Abs pull in. Contract, exhale. Last 2. Shoulders reach down. Remember, activate rear deltoid, activate triceps. Last rep here. Abs pull in. Nice long spine. Tuck that pelvis. Exhale, hug, lift. Push up, round back. Take a child's pose. We'll flow through that one more time. So when ready, if you would like a different variation, there are a few different variations. You're more than welcome to go for a tricep push-up if you're able to stabilize the shoulders. Today we are going to stick with the wide arm push-up though, because we are working on shoulder stability. All right, when ready, nice, slow and controlled, still continuing to build heat. I want the focus on the back of the arms. So inhale, lower down, use the breath, it really works. Now flex underneath the underarms to exhale, lift. Remember, we're only lowering shoulders to elbows. Then you're pressing into the heel of the hands to activate rear part of the arms. The pelvis is tucked, the abs are lifting in and up. We're flexing underneath underarms to exhale up. Inhale to lower down. Scoop abs in and up. Now exhale, hug and lift. Inhale to lower down. Abs pull in. Exhale, hug, lift. We have 5. Pulling sternum forward, scooping abs in. Activate back of the arms to hug and lift. Last 4. Pressing through both palms equally. Good. You're looking for a quiver at the back of the arm for 3. Abs pull in, arms push up. 2, try to time your abdominal connection with your arm connection. Hug and lift, shoulders drop. Last rep here. Inhale down. Exhale, activate back of the arms, sit back for your child's pose. Hips to heels, hold here. So just taking a few deep breaths. And when ready, we will step off to the right. Good, we are going to take a roll down. So we'll separate our feet, hips distance apart. Arms will straighten out to the T and lift up to the ceiling. Soft bend the knees and roll off of your wall. Good, bring body weight forward to the balls of the feet, allowing spine to traction. We're just holding here, allowing neck to hang. We're going to bend our elbows, grabbing opposite hand to elbows. Allow the shoulders to pull off of the back after those push-ups. So allowing blades to pull down, neck to pull down, spine to pull down with body weight forward. Taking a few deep breaths, big inhale. And exhale. Last breath in this position, nice big inhale. And exhale. Allow the arms to drop back towards the floor. We're going to take the right hand in between feet, bending right knee. Rotate spine, opening up to the left to the ceiling. So pressing the hand down to twist through the upper back. Good. Pushing that right palm into the floor to create a deeper rotation. Hold it here. If you do not have the flexibility to get the palm to the floor, you can always grab ankle or shin on right side, whatever works for you. And when ready, we'll de-rotate spine, always allowing the spine to stabilize. And then when ready, we'll take it to the other side. Left palm to the center, bending that left knee, opening up to the right. Remember, the heavier you press that left palm into the floor and flex underneath that left underarm, the deeper the twist through the upper part of your spine. Couple breaths here. Try to twist deeper by pressing palm heavier. Good. And then when ready, that is up to you. Slowly come back through center. Allow the spine to stabilize. When ready to stack the spine back up, make sure that the knees are soft. Scoop the abs, tuck the pelvis. Stack the spine, reach the arms out to the T, back up to the ceiling. Hold it here. You're going to grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand and then reach up and over to your right. Hold. So keep the abs connected, keep shoulders forward, keep hips forward. We're stretching out that left side wall. Lifting up off of that right side to create a deeper stretch. Just holding here, pulling the abs in, contracting obliques. You can tuck the pelvis if you feel any compression in your low back. Just make sure that the abs are pulling in. They want to pop forward here, but pull them in and up. I'll leave it up to you, but when you're ready to come back up, contract left obliques. We're going to switch the grip. Good. Grabbing a hold of the right wrist with the left hand, and then reaching up and over to your left. Shoulders square forward, hips square forward. The abs stay connected. Remember, if you need that slight little tilt, tuck that pelvis, pull the abs in. Remember, not collapsing to the left side, but lifting up and over to get a deeper stretch through the right. Pulling into that right arm, reaching out of the shoulder, out of the ribs. Good. And when ready, we're going to come back up to the top. Keep the arms at 90 degrees. Our last little bit of upper back extension. So lift the gaze, tuck the pelvis, extend back as far as you can without compressing back. Everyone's a little different here. So just keep the abs connected. Pulling sternum forward. And then slowly circling back, lifting chest, relaxing arms down. Thanks for joining us.